All right, here we go to page 3. And the title of the lesson is The Counter Pattern. This is probably the single most important part of this lesson. Understanding the counter pattern and how it works is extremely important for animation and getting anything to move consistently across the screen or up the screen or down the screen or in any given direction, whether it's diagonal or straight across. The counter pattern is vital. It also is vital in programming gravity, as you will see later on. So if you're wanting to do like a platform jumper game or something that is going to simulate gravity, like something like Flappy Bird, if you remember that game when it came out years ago, the counter pattern is probably the single most important piece to know about animating. All right. So here is the counter pattern in block coding. X equals X plus 1. So essentially what this is doing is this is taking the existing variable X with this orange X here, the one inside the orange block. It's pulling whatever value is stored in X and it's adding 1 to it. And then it's taking the sum and putting it back into X on the left. Okay. So basically, essentially, the value of X is increasing by 1. And if you stick this block of code, like they've done here, with the variable counter instead of X, if you put that in the draw function, and you know that the draw function runs infinitely over and over and over again, by default 30 times a second, then after 1 second, the counter pattern is going to be 30 greater than what it was or what it started out to be. Started out to be 0. So after 1 second, counter is going to be 30. After 2 seconds, it's going to be 60 because it's going up by 30 times over the course of a second. So, it starts at 0, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's looping through this thing 30 times after 1 second, unless you slow the frame rate down. That's essentially what's happening. And you'll see, okay, it looks like they're using the text function, and they're taking that basically what's stored in counter, which is 0 to start, and then basically what we'll do is we'll see this counter, this number appear on the screen, and it'll start counting up really fast the moment we hit run. Here's things that they want us to do. This program creates a variable called counter, and then it uses the counter pattern to make it count up. Yep. When you run the program, what do you think you will see on the screen? Well, I think I will see a number. Number counting up in the, let's see, where is it going to be? It's going to be 0, 400, 0, 400 is here in the lower left. In the lower left and corner of the window. And the background is going to be white. Text size, counter. Oh, and it's going to get bigger. Actually, the number counting up and getting larger as it counts up. Lower left hand. So it's going to start small way down here. And as it gets bigger, you're going to start seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and as it gets really big, and once it gets to like 400, it's going to be bigger than, because that's pixel size. Text size is basically going to be how many pixels tall the characters are. So once it gets past 400, which should be pretty quick, within 10 seconds, well, no, a little bit longer than that. After 10 seconds, it'll be 300 pixels high, right? Because it'll run 30 times a second. So 30 times 10 be 300. So it'll be about this. It'll be about yay high after about 10 seconds, and then eventually it'll just grow off the screen. All right, so let's run this and let's see. Yep, there it is. Man, all right. Am I good or what? Here we go. All right, reset. That was pretty good. So once you finish discussing this with a partner or just checking your prediction and making sure you understand what's happening, move on.